Yes, sure. Yes, my name is Douglas. I am the IT manager for a group of schools in Kuwait. We have under under TES we have two schools, one American school, Itakamul International School, and another school that's Gulf English School. Now we've been looking at a solution, based on what I seen on the website. Moodle was recommended to us by one of our vendors. So I said I will just get in touch with you guys and see how we could take this further.
Of course.
Yusuf, I
So,
think there's some disturbance in the from your side.
Yes. Okay, okay. Yes, sir.
All right, Omar, you can begin.
yeah, of course. So, based on your WhatsApp message and what you shared with on our with Moodle, which we received, and my colleague Nikos, I think, replied to you. We received a bit of requirements. Now, the thing is, I wanted to have this call to make sure that you understand a bit what the offering is and what Moodle offers and what you are asking for. So, you were mentioning about registration fees, the conduct, merit, medical certifications, report cards, and all that. Now, Moodle is just the learning management system.
I see.
What you are asking for and looking for is more of what an SIS system, like an
Hmm.
SIS would offer. So the way we do it with schools and universities is that they have an SIS system. We provide the Moodle platform and we make an integration with both so that you can have an SIS system where you can manage all these things you want when it comes to the medical, the the merit, and all the registration of the students. And our integration will allow you and help you to take these students from the SIS system to Moodle and then also extract the grade towards your SIS system so that you can manage all of this on the SIS, whereas the LMS is only for the courses, the assignments, the exams, could be certifications as well, and other things. So I thought it would be good to have this call to make sure you understand the difference and to see if you already have an SIS system or you're looking to get one, because then that's where we come in play and we can then help you and offer you our Moodle services to have an LMS system that we can integrate with your SIS system.
Okay. Yeah, we already have an SIS slash LMS system. It's called Schoolie, and it's a platform from Lebanon. Uh, this product was basically recommended to us by another school, and that they were using it for their back-end fee collection and stuff like that. However, uh,
Okay.
when it comes to scheduling and student, teacher, parent, this is where there was a difficulty at one of the schools. That's Gulf English School, wherein we were not able to fully deploy the solution when it comes to the academic part of the business. So we have
Okay.
Gulf English School, which is still using the system partially. They're not using the complete system. So for Gulf English School, we said, we'd look at another solution, and that's where Moodle cropped up. So we already are using an SIS, that I understand, and we will use Moodle on top of what we are currently using.
So then what you're currently using, does it offer this, what you're mentioning, the registration fees, the handling of the registration, the
Mm-hmm.
medical
Mm-hmm.
merit, demerit, and all of this?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
then so if this offers it already, then you'd look at Moodle only as your LMS, not your SIS.
Correct. Correct.
All right. Yeah, that's feasible, but we'll also have to check what your SIS system is to make sure that we can possibly integrate with Moodle. So the SIS is called Schoolie, or does it have a different name?
It's called Schoolie. Skoolee. Schoolie.
Okay. All right, I'm writing it down. All right. So then maybe yeah, I can definitely show you a bit about what Moodle offers compared to what you have. Let me pull up my screen and share it. Just a moment. Maybe just some questions while I do that. How many students do you have approximately in your school?
We have at GES we have around about 1200 students, and at ATIs we have around about 3000 students, 3400 students, something like that.
Okay, let me see the screen here. Perfect. So you should be seeing my screen if you could just let me know.
Yep, we can see it.
Perfect. So here I'm going to show you a bit and demo quick a quick look at Moodle and the different things it offers. What you're seeing here right now is the landing page. So this is something that comes with our Moodle products, and it's similar to how a homepage would be for a website, but this is all part of the LMS. And a lot of our clients, whether they're institutes or schools, even companies, use this as a way to advertise a bit the things that are in the LMS. Could be information the school wants to share to the students or to the parents. Could be used for various reasons, where you can add information for marketing or just simply sharing a lot of things with the students or the parents. And let me stress that everything you're seeing is customizable. So we're offering you Moodle, and it's fully white labeled. It'll have your website's URL, the logos, the color, the brand identity of your school. So you'll be able to edit all of what you're seeing here. I'll quickly log in. I'll go to this other demo instance I have. Let's log in right here. And yes, even here, everything is customizable. The background, the colors. You can also, if your school uses an SSO, like Microsoft Azure or other ones, we can also integrate with this SSO so that your students can log in using the SSO.
Yeah, okay, we're using Google.
Yeah, that could be possible too.
All right, you'll take care of the hosting as well, or do
Correct.
we?
So we will take care of fully of the hosting. We'll host the platform for you. We'll take care of maintenance, the upgrades, the updates, any plugins you wish to add to your platform. We'll be able to also install those plugins for you. We'll provide you with our own Moodle theme that we've created because it's more engaging with a better UI UX, which I'll show you right away. And
Okay,
we'll give you as well the premium version of the free Moodle app. So the free Moodle app is one you can download on the App Store or Google Play, but it's limited in terms of the capacity it can take at one time. Now, the premium version allows you to, for all your students to access it at any time, but also offers offline access. So, in case your students are maybe trying to use the platform without internet, if they download the material beforehand, this is also doable using the premium app, and it's free of charge with our services.
I see. Okay.
So, I'll
Current,
quickly show you around.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go. Yeah, we have an app currently with the application we're using, Schooly. So, and
Hmm.
they've published it for us on the App Store as well. So, I was just thinking,
Is it branded with your? Is it branded after your school?
yes, it's branded with our logo and stuff like that. So, I was just thinking maybe can this be hosted within that? I doubt it, right? It'll have to
No,
be.
no, it
No,
cannot.
it cannot.
Now,
So,
what we have another product, the branded Moodle app. So it would be a branded app on the App Store, on the Google Store with your logo, your name, and it will emulate your Moodle into an application format. So similar to the free version, but branded to your branding, to your school's identity.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's possible as well.
Yes. Okay. So it'll be two different apps, one for the SIS and one for the LMS. If we were to go with Moodle, correct?
Correct. I mean, then your students, I'm assuming, would only need to have one app, not both. The
Correct.
SIS is more for the
Student.
internal organization, correct?
Correct. Correct. So
Yeah.
students will be accessing Moodle, And the parents will be accessing the other schooly application for payments and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting
That'll
okay.
be based on how you think the flow
Yeah,
works.
yeah. I'm just
The
there.
LMS here,
Yeah, go ahead.
mhm. The LMS is more for the user, the end user, but also the teachers. So well, I'll go and show you this right away.
Okay.
Now, one thing we offer with our Moodle platforms is a dashboard. So we've developed this. It's not something available with Moodle out of the box. The dashboard is nice where you can get a nice timeline if there's any assignments coming up for a student or any else you would like to add as activities coming up for a student. They can sort them by dates, month as well. And you can also have a nice area to see the progress of a student. So if one student is enrolled in a class, and maybe you would like to also um, have the student see how he's progressing in that certain class. Maybe he has different assignments, different things to complete online on the Moodle platform. That's possible. And you can have a dashboard. An example here is in a course we give to our clients, actually. It's called admin training. And we can see that 3 out of 19 people have completed this, sorry, as if I am enrolled, I've completed 3 out of 19 learning metrics. So this is
Mm-hmm.
how we track it, and it's based
Mm-hmm.
on competencies. Now, this is
Nice.
something all schools require, but if you would like to have nice tracking for your students, if they're taking activities on the LMS, this is something you can do so they can always have a view of their progress. Now, another thing, actually, let me pull it up here, is there's also a teacher view to this dashboard. This could be where the teacher can see the progress of her students in the different courses. So I'll log in with the new credentials here. For example, here's a couple of assignments that are due and they show up here in the timeline. And then here you also have, there we go, the learning metrics for on the professor side. So you can see that it can see how many students are completed a certain part of a course, could be a certain activity or a certain course as well. So this is a nice view if the teacher wants to see the progress of her class when it comes to the activities on the LMS itself.
I see. How am I
Moving
seeing the
on,
students? I'm sorry. How am I seeing how many students are have completed?
so here,
Ah, it says
the
one.
example here, just because it's a
Okay, it's just
demo,
one. Okay.
yes,
Okay,
we just
okay,
have
sir.
one student enrolled in this.
Okay,
That's
okay.
why.
Okay,
But in
okay.
general, it could show 10 out of 30.
Okay,
That's
I
one
got
of the
it.
examples
Okay,
here.
okay. All right.
Yep. Moving on, let's see here. I'll go back to the other.
So the student view.
So I was in an admin view. I'll definitely show you then. What I'm showing you here is more of a student view with
Okay.
some admin access, but there's two different views. There's the teacher's view and the student's view. They both have in general the same. The difference is the access. So the teacher will be able to edit a course, set some different criterias to a course, and I'll show you this in a second.
Okay.
So going to the course page, you can see right here, it's done with our own theme and it looks like this. Of course, you can brand everything, the logos, the colors. And you have a progress bar for each course. There can also be tags depending on what the course is. If it's part of a certain semester, could be an example. And how it looks from the inside, I'll show you that right away. Here's an example, research methods in healthcare. You can see a bit of what the course is. You can even add the picture of the professor and who's teaching it right here. Location, the time it takes to complete. But if it's a school, I would assume that this is relevant is not as necessary because you are taking courses, the class is done in person with the material being available on the LMS.
Mm-hmm.
Would look just like that. You can have your different modules, topics. We divided it in weeks here as an example. And you also have a nice course index to jump to all the different activities within the LMS. And here's how the inside looks. There we go. So you can have a nice introduction to the course, to the different chapters. You can have your different slides, assignments, quizzes, more reading material. And I'll turn on the edit mode to show you the different things you can have here. So in Moodle, you have a lot of activities and resources you can add to your page. And all of this will allow you to have a complete course. And usually you'd find everything here. So whether it comes to assignments, if you have Microsoft Teams, you can also link that to the course and have it directly there available to initiate the Teams call, create it. All can be done within the platform.
Okay.
We also have the quizzes. You can have your different folders, files, PDFs, chat area if you'd like to chat with someone on the platform, or even a forum if the professor is making a class where an assignment that requires a lot of people uh, to work on it. You can have a forum where people can discuss together on the platform, where the teacher can also have a view to that. So that's really nice.
Hmm.
Basically, you'll find everything you need here to have a complete course,
Okay. This is like how to
just like
build a course. So you build a course using these
correct.
these elements.
Exactly, yes. So you have all these different elements to build your course.
Hmm.
And usually with our services on the onboarding, we provide a training session for the admin and the teachers so that they can both know how to create a course, but also on the admin side, how to manage the platform.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I get it.
Just a bit of how it looks. And I'll show you another look to a different course so you can see a bit of how the look is to the platform. You can divide it in a grid. The other one was more in a card. And this is just to keep it clean and nice for the engagement and the users to be able to navigate easily on the platform. So this is when it comes to the looks of the platform. When it comes to the administrative side, of course, you can have different levels to the administrators. You have a super admin that has access to everything. You can have another type of administrator that has access to limited type of things. You can create different user roles so that a teacher has certain access, maybe then the department lead has another access, then the principal has also another access, the IT can have different types of access as well, and all of this can be done on the platform. When it comes to exams or quizzes, these can be done on the platform, and you can also have now these are other services that you need if you would like. These are add-ons, which are not provided by us technically, but we can facilitate it to integrate it on the platform, such as um, plugins for proctoring, or for example, you need a plagiarism tool. This is something we can also provide on the platform. This will have to be with some partners we have, such as Turnitin and other plagiarism tools, if you wish to have that for assignments.
Okay.
Other things I'm thinking about yes, you can also definitely generate reports if you'd like a report on the amount of people that are accessing a certain course, the report on how many people are accessing on a certain day. All of this can be generated in Moodle, and you have a custom report builder. Now, I'll see if I can show you one. The only issue is that this demo platform doesn't have much here. Let's see. So for example, this is a course report builder where you have all this information on the side and you just draw, it's like a drop. You click and it goes to the report you want to build. So for example, here it's a report on courses. We can see that this course was started on that date, created on that date, and we can also add how much people have accessed that course. We can create a report based on users to see each user, what he has completed, how long it's taking them to complete a certain part of the course. So really a lot of different things you can do with the platform when it comes to the administrative side.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to the users themselves, you can either bulk upload them on the platform using a CSV file, or if there's an integration with your SIS system, we then move them from the SIS to Moodle automatically with a click
Yeah.
of a button usually.
Yeah, I guess most of it will be we will do an integration if we were to go with Moodle. So this
Correct.
so this part is automated. I wanted to see the homeworks. Where is homeworks done from? Like if like an assignment. Where's an assignment?
Let me see if I have something here. So I think we had here. So for example, there's a review assignment. It's an area where people can upload their assignment. Could be a Word document, a PDF file. So they can submit it here. They can see as well their grade if a grade was published and information about the assignment. You could also attach a file to this certain assignment if there needs to be one.
I see.
Looks it like this. Then you have for quizzes, you can also have a quiz. And let's see if this one is okay. So we don't have currently a quiz here, but you can create a quiz, import certain questions, have a question bank as well. That's possible,
Okay.
and you can add different types of things. Images could be drop downs, anything.
Nice.
Yeah, that's in general a bit of how it looks. Yeah. Do you have any other questions? I think because I fairly did a high level demo just to quickly show you around the platform. If there's anything specific, let me know.
Uh, can you show us, like, do you have a place where you'll put in, the mark sheet and report cards?
So usually all of this is done on the SIS because
I see. Okay.
Moodle, the SIS will pull the grades of the students, and that's where the SIS you can have your gradebook and create it there. Now, Moodle does not provide an individual user with a full-on gradebook the way you want it to be. It can provide the results of certain quizzes, of certain assignments, but it's not structured the way schools want it. Usually, schools manage it in the SIS, whereas the SIS pulls that information from the LMS.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that part also can be automated, right? In the sense, when a student completes the course, that data is pushed to the SIS.
Yeah, usually it's depending on the integration. So we'll have to see what type of SIS it is, if there's any APIs to be able to
Mm-hmm.
connect Moodle to
Oh,
that SIS, because
now
if
have
it's
you
not
all?
available,
Yeah, I'm just
maybe,
asking if you'll have done such integrations before with other
of course,
SIS
no, we
systems.
have.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yes,
my.
yes, we have with various SI systems,
Okay.
but also it depends on the type, because some SI systems are big and popular, and they already have APIs available so to be able to connect them. So it won't require major effort for us to build and create an API from scratch
Okay.
to connect it, which could be very costly. So it depends really on the API
I'm guessing
and
you
the
all already
SIS.
have an API which I could share with you give me your white paper, I give it to to this vendor, and then they create the API on their end.
Well, yeah, it all depends on the API on their end. It's not on us. So we need to have something that can connect to Moodle. If
Mm-hmm.
they have that, that
So they will
works.
they
If
will
they do not,
consume your API basically.
we don't have an API. It's their API we need to connect
I
to
see.
Moodle.
Okay. 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 All right.
Yeah. Because we don't know what we're connecting to. Whereas if they have one that can connect to ours, that's how it works usually.
All right. Yeah, we could bring
Mhm.
this up later on. Fine. Yusuf, is there anything that you want to ask Omar? He's here. Yeah, Omar, I had one more thing. With regard to communication, communication, calendar events, all these things will not be taken, will be in the SIS again, right? It's not part of the Moodle platform.
You can do announcements on Moodle. You can send push notifications to students via the app. You can even have an SMTP configuration so that you can send announcements and maybe even have different things on the Moodle calendar for the students. But when it comes to maybe a class timetable, that is not done on Moodle. Whereas
Hmm.
Moodle, you can have a calendar that has different assignments, different events you can
Okay.
create and
Yeah,
add
I
to
get
the
it. This
Moodle
is this
calendar.
is just part of the curriculum, so it's strictly for just for learning. It has nothing to
Yeah,
do with attendance, demerits, the other aspects of.
we can do. There is an attendance plugin for Moodle so that the teacher can take attendance for a class, and even then, it could provide a grade based on the different attendance for a certain year, for example. This is possible, and it can be done on Moodle.
Okay, okay, so that you'll have like a scheduler that you can create, the class and class sections in Moodle.
No. No, for the scheduling, doesn't work like that. So the way it works, it's usually for schools. On the SIS, they create this timetable with the scheduling of the class.
Mm-hmm.
On Moodle, it's more the managing of the course and the content of the course.
Okay, okay. I get the picture. Okay.
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay, Omar. It's clear.
S- So I think the way forward here is to see if we can connect to this SIS. So you'll need to connect yourself with your provider and see if their SIS can connect to Moodle, if there are certain APIs they have that will allow it to connect to Moodle. And from there, we'll need to do an estimation, and we can even quote you for that
Fine.
and see if this works with you.
Surely, surely. Okay, I'll get back to you. You could give me a like a tentative quote without if say if they had an API that we could tie
Okay.
into. You could still give me a quote based on that, right?
Yeah, of course, I can give you that. Should I do it for the 1200 students only? Because
Yeah,
our
yes.
pricing model is based on the number of students you're
Number of
gonna, because it's a
students.
hosting service as well. Yeah.
Yes, yes. It'll be for 1200 students for Gulf English School only, not for the other school.
All right.
The other school,
I
for
see.
now, we will keep on hold because the real problem was with Gulf English School. So we'll tackle that first.
Understood. All right. I will share that with you in the coming days and sorry, in the coming day. But just so I can double check with the team when it comes to the SIS integration and the costs there.
Okay, all right. All right,
All
Omar.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.